Imagine there was a way to speak that could instantly make a woman feel a deep magnetic connection with you. Not because of manipulation or charm, but because your words carry genuine presence and emotional power. It might sound impossible, but the truth is, the right words, spoken the right way, can awaken emotions that logic can't explain. When you learn to communicate with warmth, confidence, and subtle mystery, you stop sounding like every other man who tries too hard to impress, and instead, you become the man she naturally wants to understand. Words have a rhythm, an energy, a certain vibration that can reach far deeper than looks or gestures ever could. When you say something that feels personal, authentic, and emotionally intelligent, you touch a place inside her that very few people ever reach. The secret is not in grand compliments or clever lines, but in the quiet confidence behind your tone and the meaning between your words. When you look at her and say, "There's something unique about you," I like that. It sounds simple, but it instantly shifts the energy between you. It isn't about praising her beauty or her style. It's about noticing something she doesn't expect to be noticed. The way her eyes light up when she talks about what she loves, or the calm strength in her voice when she stands her ground. Suddenly, she feels seen on a level most men never reach. That moment of recognition creates an invisible bridge, a spark of emotional curiosity. She wonders what exactly you saw, and that curiosity pulls her closer. The truth is, women are drawn not to flattery, but to emotional presence. When you can recognize depth in her without trying to claim her, she feels something she rarely feels, safety and intrigue at the same time. And when you say with quiet certainty, "I like women who know what they want," you do more than give a compliment. You set a standard. Most men chase approval, trying to prove their worth. But the moment you speak from grounded self-respect, the whole dynamic changes. She starts to see you differently, not as someone competing for attention, but as someone whose attention must be earned. Confidence like that doesn't need to shout. It simply exists. It tells her you value clarity, maturity, and authenticity, and it invites her to rise to that same level. Every woman secretly wants to be seen as strong and self-assured, but she also wants to be with a man who recognizes that strength without being intimidated by it. When you acknowledge it calmly, you show emotional intelligence, something far rarer than charm. Then there's the art of genuine compliments, not the predictable ones, but the kind that actually means something. Instead of saying "you're beautiful," which she's heard 1,000 times, saying, "You know what I like most about you," followed by something real, like the way she laughs freely or how she listens with full attention, shows depth. It tells her you're paying attention to who she is, not what she looks like. That kind of awareness is rare, and rare things always create value. But there's also a kind of power and playful challenge, that confident, teasing energy that keeps a woman intrigued. When you smile and say, "I don't think you're ready for me," or "I'm not sure you can handle me," it's not arrogance, it's chemistry. It creates tension. The good kind, the kind that makes her curious. It's a spark that makes her wonder what makes you so self-assured, what makes you so comfortable in your own skin. It's not about dominance or ego. It's about playful balance. You give her space to respond, to laugh, to flirt, and in that space, attraction grows naturally. You're not begging for validation. You're inviting connection. That's the difference between a man who chases and a man who attracts. The more she tries to decode your confidence, the more she invests emotionally without even realizing it. And when you finish with a simple, honest statement like, "I'm not that easy," you subtly flip the script. Most men make themselves too available, too eager to please, and that predictability kills the mystery. But when you calmly express that you're selective, that you don't just give your time or attention to anyone, it instantly raises your value. It tells her you respect yourself, that you have standards, that your presence isn't something to be taken lightly. That kind of quiet restraint is powerful. It makes her want to know what kind of man you truly are beneath that composure. The most attractive thing about a man isn't his words alone, but the energy those words carry. Calm, certain, and unhurried. You don't chase connection. You allow it to happen through your authenticity. Real magnetism comes from self-awareness, from knowing who you are and what you bring. The moment you stop performing and start being, you create a gravity that pulls others in without effort. Women don't fall for words. They fall for what those words make them feel. So, when you speak, Do it from a place of genuine interest, not from a need for attention. Look at her as if you're seeing something rare. Listen to her as if her thoughts matter. Speak as if your words are extensions of your calm confidence. Attraction isn't a performance. It's a reflection of inner balance. The real secret is this. When you make her feel special while remaining grounded in your own worth, you create emotional safety and mystery at once. And that combination is irresistible. So the next time you speak, don't focus on being clever or charming. Focus on being present. Speak with intention. Say what you mean and mean what you say. The right words, spoken with quiet strength, can awaken something unforgettable, not just in her, but in you. Because when you communicate from that depth, you stop searching for connection and start creating it effortlessly and naturally through the power of authenticity.